Hi everyone, Jared here with Day Traders FX. Today our brief daily video update is going to be on the pound dollar, but before we get to that I always like to just have a quick look at what is going on in the US markets and how they're behaving since we're looking at a dollar pair. So you can see that we still got a little bit left before the US markets close, but the Dow's down a little bit, S&P's down a little bit, oil is still up there, but it's pulling back just a hair, and gold has remained below the 1300 mark, which is crucial. We'll have more information on that coming out in the daily wrap-up session for the group members. Quickly, you can see that some of the news came out. We had the CPI for the UK, which was just a little bit lower than expected, higher than the previous number, but slightly lower than expected, caused a dip in the pound dollar and a nice little spike up. Going into tomorrow, as far as dollar pairs go, we have Bernanke speaking. That's going to be a big deal. That'll definitely be worth keeping an eye on. We have the unemployment numbers for the UK. And we have, as you can see, the bank rate votes and so on. So a lot of central bank news from the UK. So this is kind of one of the reasons I chose to focus on the pound dollar today, because we do have quite a bit of news coming up. So here are the scenarios, the two scenarios that I'm looking for on the pound dollar. So far, if we look at this channel, we've bottomed out pretty nicely here, as many of the pairs have. Euro and dollar and the Aussie dollar bottomed out very nicely, as has the pound dollar. So we have this nice little bottoming out here, just above 14800. Nice rally and then a pullback. And so far, this channel seems to be pretty accurate and seems to be holding fairly well, at least on the short term of the last week or so. As you can see, we're at the bottom of the channel. We have a bullish reversal candle here on the 4-hour chart. I think we're going to run into some pretty serious resistance up here at this high, the high of last week, because that nicely overlaps the 200 moving average on this 4-hour chart as well, which tends to be a really strong level of support and or resistance on these slightly larger time frames. You can see that we're about 80 pips away from that area at current market price. But what I'm looking for and what I want to see happen is I'm still looking for opportunities. You can see we're kind of bottoming out on this little area. I'm looking for opportunities to buy this dip, to get in with stops against, or excuse me, stops below 152 or 150.25. There we go. That's a tongue twister. So if we can get in close enough so that we can have stops at about 150.20, I still think this is a viable buying opportunity. So currently we're about 151.37. If we see the pound dollar get back down into the 150, 50, 60 area, I'll be looking at opportunities to buy against this low with some, 35, maybe 40 pip stops targeting this high. So that's kind of scenario number one, is looking to buy against this low right here. And I think that's going to be a nice little opportunity, and we should get one more chance at that. Now, it's always nice to have some reversal candles to confirm that entry. If for some reason we get a big bearish candle that just plows right through this, this is also a good breakout area, because one thing that I really like to focus on is whenever we have reversal candles that are broken or invalidated, this being the daily hammer right there with the low at 150.25, if the market breaks below that, that should open this up for a very nice move back down into the double bottoms, back down into these lows. But what you can see right here is so far we have a nice hammer, and we're once again closing with a long wick on the bottom and a bullish candle. So there's pretty good signals, at least on the daily chart, that the candles or that the market's got a little bit more upside potential movement to it. So our target will be 152.20, the high of last week, 200 moving average, and we're looking to get in and enter long against 150.25. So as close to that as you can get as possible. Again, 150 60-ish area is probably a good spot to be looking for. 150.50, 150.60 to get long on the pound dollar against this low, targeting that area. Now, of course, if we don't get either of these opportunities, if we don't break the low, or if we don't even retrace enough and we just kind of remain in the middle here, then let's keep an eye on just one final scenario here, which would be if the news comes out much more bearish than expected. If the central bank sounds a little more dovish on things out of the UK, then let's watch this high as well, and let's look for any kind of reversal candles that we may see up at this top, and look for opportunities to short number one against this 152.20, and likewise against this high right here, which so far is the high of the month of July at 153.02. So let's look for opportunities to short against that high Also, I think we should get some good opportunities on both of those, or on all three of those setups. So best of luck. I'll have more details and updates coming out in the daily wrap-up session for group members. Thanks for being on, and thanks for watching.